Hello, everyone. This is Hendrix from Starseed talking today. I'm here with a friend I met in Contact in the Desert. Her name is Anna Bliss.
Hi. Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi, Joel. So grateful to be here with you.
Thank you. So let's hear about your awakening and how you found out you were a Starseed.
It's a process, honestly. It first happened about 12, 13 years ago. And that was just like like, wow, I'm more than my body kind of experience. And then it just kept on going like deeper and deeper. And every day I awaken and enlighten more, and like it's just a process, it doesn't really stop, I think.
Yeah, same with mine. Mine is always continuous for sure. But like, when was your first awakening? What was it like?
Well, funny story. I was working and living in Hollywood. I had a totally different life than what I'm doing now. I was modeling, acting, and I was on my way to see Snoop Dogg, literally. And it was Cinco de Mayo. I had some tequila. I got pulled over. I ended up in jail. Faced my darkest self, my shadow, and within the darkest time that I've ever like seen myself as the lowest, I like just found this light coming through, and something shifted massively within. And I remember afterwards just like seeking light and truth and knowledge and community that resonated on this frequency, and that just kept on going. Yeah, but that was the spark for me.
Usually, mine came from darkness too. I was in my darkest moment, and and then light came through, and then I was taken off planet. Blah blah blah. Everyone else knows the rest of the story. So, with your awakening, did your human self die, or were you struggling in between both personalities?
It's the ego that was dying, and it's been dying, and it dies every day. My body, I'm not a walk-in. I've always felt like an alien on this planet, to tell you the truth. Since I was little, I had super high conscious thoughts and memories in a baby body of programming myself to remember those times, knowing what I know now in a sense, but not having the language to express it. The programming of communist Romania, was very like communist type of thinking. And so, yeah, like coming out from that and just going into a more quantum self, it's been
Mm-hmm.
an interesting process.
That's amazing. So, do you when you have your awakening and now that you're awakened, do you know what aliens you resonate with the most?
Yes, because they come to me. They do. I have contact in meditation, in ayahuasca, sometimes mushrooms, and my dream state also. I see them a lot, and the Pleiadians. I resonate with Pleadian energy. I resonate with Andromedans. I resonate with Lyrans a lot.
Mm.
I see lions and tigers literally every single day. And I know these symbols and this matrix reality mean something. And it's like a code of awakening. And I just pay attention to that, and I feel very connected, and actually like legitimately have had experiences with these beings. So yes.
That's amazing. Yeah, yeah. I always see like draconians, reptilians, vampirians, and Lyrians. Those are ones I always see. Pleiadians are the ones that woke me up actually out of this long dark sleep, and I see a lot of grays, but that's just used. That's a lot of it is just like secret space room shit. And
I
yeah,
used
so I
to
wanna.
know Grace. I don't know what happened to the Grace for me. They kind of like disappeared.
Yeah,
There's
I can
different
tell you
like
why.
factors that come in and out. There's like sometimes like mantis, and then there'll be like Pleiadians, and then there'll be like reptilians, and you know
So what happened
everyone.
was with the Greys is I was taken off planet and I was put into a super soldier avatar that was half draconian, half human. And on the moon base up on the moon here, the Greys are getting attacked by an unknown source. All their bases were being attacked at once. And because we're allies with the Greys, we were sent in to help the Greys defend off this attack. And these beings were using like raptor, dinosaur looking beings that were on the bases, ripping the Greys apart like as warfare machines. And then the Greys were completely getting decimated. And then our commanding officer told us, this is a good time to turn on our allies and let's get rid of the Greys for good. So we started attacking the Greys, but then I kind of rebelled against the orders because I believe in loyalty. I didn't believe that we should betray our allies. And I killed a few of my commanding officers and my handlers, but then they projected these images in my head of a loved one dying here or being tortured. So it kind of froze me and put me in my place. So other super soldiers came in and completely helped wipe out the Greys with this unknowing invading force. And that was honestly last time I ever seen the Greys. Since then, I haven't seen them.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that story.
Yeah, that's intense. Sorry.
Mhm.
But let's talk about you. It says nothing that we're not talking about me. So what else are you doing as a starseed on this world?
Well, a few different things. Right now, my energy is pulled into helping children, especially children that have been rescued and are being found from the human sex slave trafficking industry. And there's a lot of light being shined, being in bringing up the shadows of the pedophile ring, the elite pedophile ring that's been happening. And thank God people are awakening to this, and they're realizing that human trafficking, especially children, being sold and raped and murdered, and the adrenochrome drank, and that's been happening for way too long, and this is still happening. And this is actually the greatest pandemic that there is, because if children are being hurt, then what are we doing, really? And so that's been a focus of mine, very in depth in the past couple of weeks. And I'm taking my healing work and service work and orienting to bring more healing light and understanding into this matter, as well as working on regenerative conscious communities, building and anchoring these communities in with the focus of agriculture and gardens and permaculture, and laying
Sounds
down
amazing.
the groundwork in California and Hawaii, Bali, and Mexico.
That's amazing. I would love to visit one of those towns when they're fully built. I have so many memories myself with this underground sex slave trade thing, or what do you want to call it, pedo rings. Like I was put in super soldier bodies where I helped out liberate a lot of these underground bases, or they would have to put me in these child avatars, and I would have to get captured by the sex slavers so I could be taken to their base, and I had a transponder built inside my avatar where they could find out the locations of these bases, and then we were sent in after our super soldiers to like liberate them. And I remember kicking doors open, seeing all these kids chained to bed, and then releasing them, and they're like, giving me hugs, and it's like the most fucked up thing in the world to see these kids are so abused and stuff. But like a lot of them are so brainwashed that they think it's normal. So I don't know how you fix kids like that. But back to your community thing. So you're just traveling around the places and building these communities that are like sustainable without money, or
Wow. Thank you for sharing your experience. Just to go back to that, because we're talking about two different things, so maybe we want to just separate them for a second so people are not confused. I just did a past life regression, and I know we did a past life regression, right, a few years ago, and that was deep, and you went far with that.
I actually experienced that regression that we planned for myself, and it just ended about 4 months ago, actually.
Um, yeah, so I take people into these past lives to bring about memory retrieval and healing and reintegration, and create a more positive timeline in this lifetime and the future timelines. And I just actually took somebody here. with in this house, in this community house, into past life where they were in that and they were sacrificed, and it was really traumatic and really hard to deal with emotionally. You know, of course it's intense, so we know it's real, we know it happens. So that's the thing. It's like these communities that are forming are these children. We are the children of the earth. We are the new generation. You know, these little children, they are the next generation even. So we want to make sure that we leave this planet as beautiful and healed as possible, right? And we want to help them, steward them in the right direction, and be their guardians and their teachers, and you know, their friends and their parents. And there's so many of these children, and not even just children who have been abused or sexually molested, but even just normal children out there. I think a lot of families, they lack the consciousness, the values, the love that we know it exists and that we cultivate in these conscious communities. So we want to bring that and teach that to these younger generations.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I agree with you. So you did past life regression with what people? Yeah, it's
Oh,
one of five.
you have 5 cats.
Yeah.
Bless you. I love cats. You're definitely Lyran. Yeah.
Huh?
You're
Yeah.
definitely Lyran.
Yeah, I had someone contact me. A lot of people, when they see my shows, they actually contact me on Facebook, some psychics, and they're like telling me they had messages for me. And one of my cats that I have, she, the reason why I'm so close with her in this lifetime, move your big butt. Come on, let's go play with your sisters. The reason why I'm so close with one of my cats is because apparently we're past life soulmates in our lion bodies, in a past life together in a feline race, and we incarnate together, and she incarnated in a cat this time. But we're like
I
soulmates.
feel
Yeah,
that
we're.
with my cat.
Huh?
I definitely feel I have that connection with my cat. I know what you mean.
Oh yeah, like we're soulmates. Like that cat knows me better than any human, and her energy just is unreal. Like I could live on an island with just her, and I'd be fine.
Oh,
Yeah, she's cool.
cute.
Yeah. So I want to go back to these towns because I've heard about these towns. All right. So what is it? It's like a community of people that come together, and you guys build a society that's self-sustainable.
That's right. Yes, there's a beautiful community here forming. One in Nevada City called Standing Rock. That's actually the name.
Mm-hmm.
And one in Hawaii that's going to be a sister property. And there's a rainbow bridge that's forming, right? Like a rainbow tribe. And
Mm-hmm.
so we're setting this up like a membership basis, kind of like an Airbnb slash timeshare slash owning. And there's going to be these conscious community bases all over the world in really beautiful places, obviously, with tiny houses and community houses on it, so you can travel and visit and be with friends and not necessarily be locked into like either buying a house or renting kind of situation, where I feel like a lot of like this new community that's forming is based more on like interdimensional travel and connection and sharing time versus being like locked into these like one house unit households, right? Where you're like you own this, but that's all like you know, or all that you have. But instead, for that price or less, a lot less, you can be in this community all over the world, and it's not just the locations, but it's the tribe, it's the people, it's the vibration, it's the connections. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just the way that this world is kind of progressing naturally into.
I would love to come and visit and maybe buy or rent a property down there to come visit you guys. So it's just like a Starseed tribe.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
amazing!
Yeah,
Everyone's on the same level. That's amazing. I could totally use
totally.
that. Yeah.
Such on the same frequency. Yeah, yeah. It's going to be beautiful. I would love to have you here. Yes.
Oh, I hope I hope they accept the draconian.
Only if you're good high vibration.
Yeah.
Minimum vibration is love vibration. So you gotta bring love, and I know you do.
No, I do have a very big loving side, but I also have a very military mind, which is good because it has its uses for sure. But I definitely had a spiritual evolution on March 23rd of this year, where I completely am a complete helper now. I used to be so burnt out for so many years, like, but now I'm back. So yeah.
Welcome
So
back.
thank you. So with your astral projections and when you go to sleep at night, where do you usually go in your dream states?
Wow. Well, honestly, my dreams have been either lucid, prophetic, or just like cleansing. You know, there's a point in your dream state, in your sleep state, where it's almost like deleting files, right? Like we like have accumulated like data and we're just deleting files, right? Like when you're cleansing your computer hard drive. Um, but beyond that, my prophetic dreams have been coming true. Literally, I've had this happen for many years where actually I document dreams that feel so real and so vivid, and then they happen like literally as my dreams. This has
Mhm.
been happening to me personally for 10, 20
Isn't
years. I
isn't there
mean,
another word
on
for
and on.
that? It's called premonitions.
Premonition, yeah, deja
Yeah,
vu,
I've been
where
having that since I was a kid. Yeah.
yeah, sometimes I literally can't tell if this is a deja vu or if I dreamt this moment or if I just know what's going to happen because it's just the realities and timelines are so interwoven. It's like,
Yeah, that's what I my conclusion of deja vu is that when I hit deja vu, that I'm experiencing this same feeling in time and place in a parallel reality that exists with this timeline, and I'm pretty sure that's what that means. And
totally.
premonitions I have all the time, where premonitions for me aren't even in dream states. Premonitions are just feelings coming towards me, and
Mhm.
then it'll give me like a vision in my mind of like where I'm headed if I'm going down the same path. And it's like a warning to change my direction or yeah, so it's pretty cool. And then I can feel lie if people are lying, if they're good intentions, if they're headaches, if they're if they're gonna be good, genuine people who have good energy. I have all those abilities. So
Give me 1 second, please. Speaking of community house, I'm in a community house and there's a meeting happening right now. And I just need 1 second, real quick.
yeah, that's fine. I'll just put it on pause for a sec.
Happens, you have to be ready for it.
Okay. Just 1 second
Hi.
here. The video is where am I here? Okay, I'm back. Okay, so what were you
Hi.
saying? Hi.
Oh yes, it's this world that's the yin yang, right? There's light and dark, and for everything you create, there's something else, and it's just dealing with the balance of energies. It's really
I love
it's
your
really
energy. It's so happy. You have very enchanting energy. I like it.
good. Thank you. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Um, I felt really heavy this morning. I cried so much last night, and this morning I cried for like 3, 4 hours, and I'm surprised I'm not like super puffy. Um, I felt a lot of heaviness in the field, and from my memories and always having the story of why am I on this planet? Am I even doing my service work? Is this even worth my time, like being on this planet and going through all this like energetic like messiness of being human and dealing with other human stuff, and so I'm processing all that, and I've learned this process of literally transmuting like heavy energy into lightness, and it's like there's an accelerated form of releasing this heavy energy as empaths that we sometimes like process through in the
Hmm.
field, in the collective, ourselves, our ancestors, our families, our friends, people around us. I don't
Hmm.
always know what's going on, but I felt heaviness. And as soon as I started doing that healing work on myself and crying and just letting myself feel, it was like 180. Like now I feel on the other side just like light and back in my normal natural state of feeling good.
Yeah, no, a good cry is always good. I have a good cry and it really helps with emotions. But yeah, like this morning I woke up, I was off world. Fuck, I wrote the memories down, but the memories are gone right now. But it was something fucking heavy duty mission work. And I woke up super irritated, super annoyed, super
Hmm.
grumpy, super toxic, super hateful. Uh, and I'm seeing this girl and she was right beside me and I was like super quiet because I'm not going to project that energy towards her. That's nothing she's done wrong. And she was just kind of like put off by me, like, oh, why are you so quiet? Why is there something I did wrong? And I'm like, I don't even know how to. I'm saying in my head, I don't even know how to fucking say this to like I can't even explain to her because she's not empathic. She's not gonna understand, right? So I just like
Hmm.
no, I just need to be alone, so I can process these emotions. And then she left for the day. I went through a process of 3 or 4 days of like, just working through it and understanding these emotions and the reason I'm feeling like this is from my off-road mission I just did. And now I'm fine. It's been 2 hours. I feel amazing again. um, and yeah, so it's just like it's that's the process of empathics I have. Plus my problem is like I need to be alone a lot because I pick up on a lot of people's energies and it really
Yeah.
will put a tornado through my chest if they're super negative vibing, and makes me turn into a grumpy miserable person. That's why I have so many cats, because when I come home they completely detox me of all negativity and they make me so happy and so calm and peaceful inside, so relaxed. And humans are just so tornado energies for me, so emotional. It just drives me nuts.
It's true. Even nice ones, even good, loving people, right? Like they're still churning energy and they're going through karmic release because that's part of why we're here in
Oh
these
yeah,
human
I'm here
bodies.
for karma too. Yeah, I've been working through my karmic life from my past lives, and a lot of my karmic has been self abuse, where like I remember a lot of past lives now parallel to this timeline, so it's kind of really hard to call them past lives because they're parallel to this reality. But I died in them, and I died in them because of health issues like drug abuse, bad eating
Mhm.
abuse, like heart attacks, triple bypass surgeries, uh, egos was another one I died of. I died of ego, and and
You
I
can
left loved ones
imagine
behind.
yourself.
Oh, ego, as in like my ego drove me to the point of death, and like I'm doing stupid stuff, right? And neglected. I died. My one lifetime, I died of a heart attack at 44. I had ego because I was overworked, overstressed, and no one came to my funeral except for
Mhm.
2 people. And I had a cat, and my cat was the love of my life. And I left her to my friends in my past life, and I went and visited them. And they were very shocked to see me because I was astral projecting in their house. And they're like, "Holy fuck, you're back from the dead!" And I'm like, "No, no, no. I'm like, it's not. I'm just astral projecting from another dimension right now." And but yeah, so this lifetime I've been working on all that stuff. Like I've conquered drugs. I had a drug addiction here for 6 years. I beat that. I've been 6 years sober now. I'll never go back. I don't drink. I don't eat fast foods, any artificial foods, no GMOs, nothing. Completely healthy diets, high vibrational diets. That's what I'm on now. So I feel amazing, and I wish people, humans, would get rid of their fast foods, their artificial sugars, their GMOs, preservative meats, injected hormone
Glyphosate.
meats. Yeah, since I've been clean and get off the fluoride water, get on pure distilled water,
Yes.
like or natural spring water, like I feel so high vibrational that like I'm actually like my spiritual evolution is going like this right now, and humans are so far down here, and like it's hard to like connect with them or communicate with them because I'm just like shooting off, right? But I have to worry about myself. I can't worry about everyone else. I can lead by example, which sets a good
That's
example, and they can free will choose to follow if not. So
That's right. That's right. And educating them exactly what you're doing right now. What we're doing is showing up as
we're
representatives of
teachers,
themselves
teachers.
and teaching them through example. And I think the best example, honestly, is being it. Like if you're not super healthy, then you shouldn't be teaching health, right? Like look at
Mm.
California's like health director, minister people. Like they look so unhealthy. I mean, if you look at really the
I saw
politicians
that.
that represent the world, you know what I'm talking about. It's like ah, it's time that we really embody these qualities and characteristics and lead by example. And I think honestly, part of doing light work, because as star seeds, I really believe we're here as light workers. I think part of the purpose for us to be on this planet is, yes, release individual karma, yes, have an experience of being human, and to give in service.
I
And
100% agree
that
with you.
is right. And that is light work. Like, it's called light worker,
Mm,
someone who does light work, and that work should be light. And I keep
yeah.
coming back to this process of transmuting darkness through light, and how that light is literally like that feeling of lightness, of weightlessness, of freedom. And
Hmm.
you know, as I do, that our actual human freedoms are very limited on this planet, and they're being eroded more and more. And so we're fighting for these freedoms, and we're warriors of light, and we're like, you know, ferocious. And I love that about you. You're just like this dragon, like roar, like fire, like punch it out.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm also here to represent the draconians too, because a lot of people are scared of them. Like, dude, there's a lot of good ones out there. Like,
oh,
there's
dragons are awesome.
oh
Dragons
yeah,
are,
Drake
I,
from
I love
history
dragons.
yeah, from history that I was taught was that dragons are good beings, and they were the protector of the realms of the dimensions of all life. And then out of nowhere, the reptilians came out of nowhere and started taking over planets, invading, attacking the dragons. The dragons could fight back and hold their own, but there's just too many reptilians. They're just overwhelming.
It
And
is the reptilians. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
because everyone I interviewed this episode 10, this girl who's 10 years old, and she remembers her past lives, and she's actually a diamond child, and she remembers that she was in the elf realms, and she was a child in the elf realms on an elf planet, and it was everyone was in high vibration. There was no eating animals, there's no pets, everyone was friends, all animals are friends with the elves. And what happens, the reptilians invade their planet and tricked her to go down a portal and said it would be fun. And she went through the portal, and when she went through the portal, she came to a bunch of TV screens of lifetimes that she had to free will choose going onto Earth, and she picked it. And now she portaled through her human mother, and now she's a human on this planet, and she was just an elf realm 10 years ago. And she remembers all of it, how the reptilians tricked their races to do this. And yeah, there reptilians are everywhere. And when I started doing this Starseed talk, I don't know if it was a threat or a warning or what the fuck it was, but I was off planet and I was in a big, let's call it a pool of water or goo, or whatever you want to call it. There was humans floating inside of it, and there was these reptilians swimming through it really fast, and they were cutting the human heads off, eating the bodies, draining their life force essence, and you see the human heads floating around everywhere. And then they pulled me out of the water and stood me in front of this human looking woman. Then her face slowly started to transform into a reptilian face, like fully reptilian female, and looked like lime green lizard skin. She had the yellow eyes, the long hair, scaly face, and big fang teeth, and she's just staring at me like it was like as clear as day. Like, I still remember her face today. But there was no fear, there was no hatred, there was no, it was just observation. That's all it was. And I don't know if that was a threat or that was just me astral projecting and just watching these beings do this, but I had no fear. I was not scared at all. Maybe I'm just used to them, right? But it was just observation. Yes, I don't know what to make of that.
Well, good for you for not being afraid. I think most humans would be terrified,
I
and
can't
that's
be scared of them because I have to lead by example. We can't be
that's
scared of them.
right. Well, that's
Sorry.
exactly that's us connecting to our light work, which light is like enlightenment, right? And keeping it light, like high vibe. And it's ultimately light is love, and love is God. So
Mm-hmm.
the more love we have in ourselves, the more we know truth, and the more we're aligned with that source, light, love, truth that is the force the Star
Mm-hmm.
Wars talks about. And that force we
Yeah, you
can
can't.
use
Yeah, you
literally.
can't be
Like,
afraid. Yeah,
you
and a lot
know,
of
and
people
it's a
are
test.
afraid. Hmm.
And that's the test, I think. It's a test of like, hey, we're in this realm, you're gonna be tested. Like, are you gonna pass this exam of like, this is your fear, this is manifesting, like, are you brave, are you going through the fire? And on the other side there's like all the blessings and all the, you know, the angels and all the goodness and paradise and I think in a sense the entire planet is being tested right now with their own individual fears manifested in the outside world, in the realm of this matrix illusion. Everything's just happening so fast right now. It's like expedited karma, evolution. It's really interesting what's happening, honestly.
Oh, it's very interesting. I honestly, like, I was awakened in 2012. Probably the first 5 years of my awakening, I had zero hope for humanity. Like, I don't think these fuckers will ever wake up. And then just over the last 2 years, I'm seeing crazy growth,
And
crazy
yeah,
fucking. My mom had an awakening. That's fucking
same,
insane. My mom was
same.
so fucking human. Like, I remember
Yeah.
I had to sit my mom down a couple years back because I'm fully awake. Like, I was awake and fully, and I just couldn't lie to her anymore. And I'm just gonna be honest with her and be who I am for her to accept me. I just told her, "You're not my real mom. My mom's a draconian. Like, you're my human mother, and I chose you to raise me, and I thank you for everything you ever done." And she got offended by it, and she's like, "I'm your only mother." I'm like, "I'm not trying to offend you. I'm just being honest with you. No matter what you say to a human, they're always gonna be offended." But then she had her awakening, and she has a whole room in her house where it's like singing bowls, sage, meditation spots, music, like peaceful vibrations. She meditates with me. She shows me her past lives, tells me that she was a knights or a Templar knight, and she was a male. She tells me her name, and that was
Um,
her last incarnation here. And that's my mom. Like,
um,
and so, but I'm seeing it
yeah.
everywhere. Like, I know people watch my shows, so I repeat myself, but I'm seeing it everywhere. It's happening everywhere. Like, there's humans are
It is
asking questions, and like, since I've been doing this
hallelujah.
YouTube show,
Hallelujah. It's
yes, it's
happening. It's
it's
happening.
happening slowly,
Yes,
and
and all it takes is 144,000 of us. And
yeah,
like, aren't we all already here? I mean, like, this
yeah.
is
There's
this is
66 million
prophesied in the
starseeds here.
Bible. It's literally prophesied. Like the Hopis, the Mayans, the Bible, like everyone's prophesied. It's like
Yeah,
and besides, hmm?
and the more star seeds that we awaken, the reason why I do this YouTube channel is to get them awakened so they start becoming the teachers in the spots there all over the world. That's what our mission is here, right? And a lot of them message me, they're so scared to even come onto the show or talk because they're so scared of being judged by their human brothers and friends or work colleagues that they're not human. And I'm like, hey, like, well, as soon as I did this, I feel amazing. Like, I feel so good that
Yeah,
I am who I am. I am a
liberation.
beacon of teaching. Whoever wants to message me and
Mhm.
wants to learn, I will teach no matter what. Now I have people all over around me because I used to be so alone. Now people are actually, now they're like, oh, he's doing it. I'm going to start doing it. Then they see them do it and they're going to start doing it. It's just like a chain reaction, right? So,
Totally. Oh yeah, yeah. It just takes one good friend example, to change your life around. I've had those teachers as well where I'm like, wow, you're so embodied in your truth, in your freedom. Like, what is it like to be so free? And then that opened up my mind, and then it just keeps going afterwards. And I just see it as like I don't want to live not free, not
mhm.
happy. Like
Or
that's
not
my
true to
ultimate
yourself.
choice.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
That's my truth. My truth is freedom. My truth is love. My truth is peace. My truth is joy, bliss. I mean, my name is Bliss. I literally feel the best when I'm in that state. It doesn't mean I'm always there because again, we are in 3D bodies, and 3D
Mhm.
bodies are in this 3D matrix world to various degrees, right? Some people have transcended into 4D, some people are in 5D and can like manifest their bodies into like, right, like light particles and can travel to dimensions.
Oh,
I know these
yeah.
people exist, right? I love superhumans. Like, yes.
Yeah.
Cities activated, yes.
Yes.
Meanwhile, as we're in that, right, like we're in a spectrum and we're in an evolution process. Everyone is wherever they're at. Some people are super dark, and you see these people like full of possessed with demons and zombied out, and they're like probably don't even have a soul, who knows, but everyone's at wherever they're at. And on the spectrum, there's people who are like normal humans, right, like our parents were, like my mom was the same way,
Mhm.
and then they can awaken and like be more of their quantum higher selves. And
Mhm.
it's a choice. Everyone has a choice, and
Mhm.
saying yes it keeps opening those doors, but you always,
Mm-hmm.
it's not like now I'm there. I wish it was that way. It's literally always every day saying yes, and
Mm-hmm.
every day standing
Mm-hmm.
your ground in your truth while you're being tested
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
every
no,
day.
yeah, there is the one thing I want to talk to you about, because I think you can really help a lot of people that watch the show about this, is there was a lady that I did a Zoom call with yesterday. She does not want me to tell anyone her name yet, but she is a Pleadian incarnation, and she just went through a breakup with a very low dimensional human, and she was like really in a really bad emotional state, like crying, very depressed on herself, blah blah blah. And I was just like, and then I gave her just the best talk ever about who she is and how she has to hold herself in higher regards and not worry about lower vibrational people bring her down, because she's a volunteer that came here by free will choice. And what I wanted to ask you, because you're in the dating world, I told her, when you're a very high evolved teacher in this world, it's hard to date humans, just humans. Is that correct? Do you find that hard?
I I definitely fit into a very specific category in the
Mm-hmm.
dating world.
Mm-hmm.
The people that I'm sexually attracted to and that I vibrate with on that level have to be mentally, spiritually, and physically attuned to me. So there's a lot of processes.
Mm-hmm.
It's tricky for me to be so psychic and to be so conscious of everything from pheromones to DNA to timelines to seeing their past lives to hearing their thoughts literally in their head to feeling their feelings, their emotions. So that definitely limits my dating pool on this planet. And I still kind of joke about that. My, like dream man, avatar man, like husband, like other, person, my half is like in the fifth dimension. He's still like, coming
Yeah,
back down. But
mine is still up there too, and she's not coming here. So
oh
she's
no.
she always pops in my mind from time to time. Like I know she's there. I don't need to fucking see her down here. She's draconian, and she's fucking gorgeous. Obviously, I think she's gorgeous to me. Maybe not to everyone else, but she's dragon wings, beautiful humanoid face with fangs, yellow eyes, black hair, tattoos everywhere,
Wow.
dragon tail, fucking just sexy as hell. And then but every time I meditate on her, she like laughs at me, and she's like, "I'm not coming there, so don't even ask me," because she was here in a past life with us, and she ascended. I didn't, because I've been working on my karmic reaction, and I'm not done here. So I know I'll see her again, and I'll be with her fucking for probably another eternity. So, but down here, yeah, like.
Right? Like when you know this, when you see these beings in your meditations, in your dreams, when you're like,
Mm,
when you know what's possible and the kind of beings that exist out there, you're
oh
like,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
so limiting this human pool. Cause like, like
yeah. And I don't mean to
like
say
most
sound.
guys that look at me, they may say, "Oh yeah, she's hot" or whatever they think, like,
Mhm,
and want to date me for my looks or whatever. But like when they start to get
yeah.
to know me, they're like, "What?
Yeah,
You're
it's the same
talking
with
about this
me.
to
Like, look at my
me?"
face right now. Like humans, like what I know what's off world, then there's humans here and human dating. I'm just like,
Yeah, can't do it.
I don't know if I can do it again, right? It's just I can't. It's not nothing. Humans, I love you, but you're so third dimensional
Yeah, like
thinking,
no moguls,
low
please.
vibrational thinking, that
Yes,
I
I
will
can't.
I will outgrow you in a day, and one day I'll be bored of you. Not because of just, don't ever get offended. There's nothing wrong with you. You're beautiful, but I will
Right.
outgrow you energy wise, and you won't be able to keep up at all. And the girl that I've been seeing, actually, a super nice lady, very good vibe. She's open to all this stuff. I think she is a fucking starseed, because she asked the right questions. She's all stoned up. She's super energetic, like all nature, and she asks the right question. I think she's a starseed. I think I was brought in her life to wake her up for sure. But she had her concerns because she saw the YouTube channel, and she's like, I don't think I can keep with you spirituality. I'm like, a lot of people can't. All the people that are on my show can. That's why I talk to them. I'm mentally stimulated talking to you, Anna. So, um,
Thanks.
yeah. So, yeah, human dating is all my starseeds that are watching this. don't ever get upset if the human relationship doesn't work out, because you're probably millions of years more advanced in your spiritual evolution than they are. So, they're actually probably slowing you down. And my last human relationship when we broke up was the best thing that ever happened to me, because I shot off like a rocket spirituality wise, and like I transformed into such a
Mm-hmm.
higher vibrational person,
Mm-hmm.
because they're being with them, their energy actually made me such a lower vibrational, and I felt
Right.
like it was like holding me back. It was just a series of breaks on me, and as soon as I broke free, like I shot off, and I feel just fucking unreal now. So at
You know,
peace.
it's
So
kind of like it's kind of like having a glass of wine, right?
mhm.
Like sometimes you want a glass of wine to lower your vibes, just to feel human, just to like relate, just to be like on people's vibes in a social setting. And
Mhm.
sometimes it definitely slows you down when you want to access
Yeah.
higher dimensions.
Yeah, when you say that, like I go out with the guys for the beers after the hockey game, because I play a lot of sports here, and they
Uh-huh.
go out for beers, and I don't drink anymore at all. So like, but when I did, I had a drink, and I would instantly be like, "This is so boring. This is not what I want to do." And then I start astral projecting in my head and put my body on autopilot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Maybe you should
So
start a dating site, start the called Starseed Dating, like being out of this world, something. I think a lot of
no,
people would actually appreciate that.
yeah, that would probably be good for someone else to do, but I don't have the patience for that shit. Online dating is too slow for me. I like being in the open, projecting your energy and letting the universe bring it to you. That's more attractive to me.
Right. Well, let's call somebody in who's already doing it or has this done.
Yeah. So we got 10 minutes left here. There'll be an hour. I want you to give a message to humanity and then a message to starseeds.
Okay. A message to humanity. My message is that you awaken to your power that is inside of you. It's not outside. And that you use that power for good and for co-creation, that we have these abilities and talents individually, and when we use them together we can create miracles, we can create healing for the planet, and that it's time to step into that, into creating more harmonious timeline of healing and peace and joy, and that it is possible despite what this current timeline looks like. There's always hope, and we have the technologies to clean up the planet's mess, and we have the money, and we have the tools, and we have the people. So shine bright, everyone unite in this truth, this knowledge, and let's just step it up and co-creating this most ideal, most beautiful timeline of paradise on planet Earth.
I agree. Now let's give a message to our starseed brothers that are listening, our sisters.
To my dear Starseed brothers and sisters, I love you all so much. And I just want to know that you're not alone. You have a community of like-minded and like-hearted people, beings that feel out of this world, in this world. And you're supported, and just reach out. Joel's amazing. He'll get you right to this community, and just know that you're here for a reason, for a purpose, and together it's so much more fun, and this planet is made to be fun. And anytime that we're in this like low vibe, yucky, like depressive feeling, it's because we're buying into a system that we're here to change. Literally, we're system busters. We're here to change this old patriarchal patrix system. It's not even a matrix, it's a patrix reality, and we're to transform it from the inside out, and that requires a lot of unity, a lot of joy, a lot of freedom, being in your heart and your mind, and just knowing that that's true. No matter what the people around you tell you, you're not weird, you're not an outcast, and you definitely have a community where you belong. And we love you, we see you.
I love what you just said. We need to also add to that forgiveness. Forgiveness is huge with all of our spiritual teachings and ascension for all humanity. All humanity has to forgive each other for everything. There can't be retribution because it's a negative reaction. And I want to also say this to starseeds. There's a lot of starseeds that I know that give up and don't give up. That's the biggest key. Like I gave up, but I powered through it and started trying, because we are control busters of this fucking matrix, and we are all co-creators of our own reality of this matrix that we can create. If the most beautiful timeline, we can create the more worst timelines. Whatever we put into our consciousness, whatever we output. So we have to get rid of all the negative input so we can change our input to positive and have a positive outlook on life. And we have to love each other for who we are. And you're not weird. Like, just like me, everyone told me I was weird in school. I was the outcast. I didn't fit in. I was the black sheep of my family. I didn't understand human culture. I had a hard time with school systems because it was so slow for me. And that just means you're special and you're different. And that means you're here for a purpose and a mission. And here's a message from higher dimensional beings. If you don't complete it in this lifetime, you will have to reincarnate and do it again in another lifetimes. So the lost Starseed suicide, and it has to stop, because you just reincarnate, redo it again, and start all over again. So just get your mission done this lifetime. Let's work together as a team, and let's move forward with this mission so we all can go home eventually.
Thank you, Joel. That was beautiful. And I do want to make myself available for all of you guys watching who need the extra support and love and care and understanding. I'm super busy, booked all the time, but I always make time for someone who actually really needs it. If you are very low and depressed and suicidal, please reach out to me. I'm definitely here for you, and I will offer my services for free to you. And to everyone else, I'll include my website. I have lots of healing work to offer, and I'm here with you, and I'm here for you, and we're in this together, and we definitely can have an amazing, amazing life here together. So just keep the faith.
Mm-hmm. And the reason why we're all so spread out all over the world is because we are a beacon of hope and light in the darkness all over the world, and we're all going to become teachers to humanity when full disclosure comes out and people start asking the right questions. And don't be shy when people are, you can see they're awakening and they're trying to ask questions. Just talk to them, pull them aside, be, hey, I'm like you, I'm a Starseed, I'm not from this world. Let's talk and create your own little communities all over the world until you become a beacon of examples all over the world. And Anna, before you go, why don't you share your website so people can get a hold of you?
Sure. It's www.higherself-healing.com. higherself-healing.com.
Sounds good. Thank you for sharing your light today. I miss talking to you. It's been a while.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me on, and thank you guys for being here with us in this together. I'm so grateful for your presence. Honestly, we're doing this together, and we can really get this right. Like, I really believe that. I have faith in us, honestly. Like, this lifetime, I really believe we can push through, and we can break through those walls, and we can be victorious. I had these dreams. I did have that amazing dream, and it's etched to my consciousness. And every day I wake up and I'm just like, yes, no matter how dark it gets, we are the light. So we have the power, and we can do this.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Starseeds, we are the boots on the ground, and if you're listening to this, you are the resistance. Okay, I'm gonna go. Love and light.
Love and light. Thank you.
See ya.